Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking through some player props I like on Prizepicks for today's NBA slate on Wednesday, June the 11th. We got Game 3 of the NBA Finals on Wednesday night. I've got two early player props I do like for this game. Taking a first look at the board on Tuesday, recording this video the day before, recording it Tuesday afternoon. We pretty much have all the props up. Usually they get posted like really early. Like the props have been up for like the last few days, so just went ahead, got the video done. I'm going to record this Tuesday afternoon, probably upload it later Tuesday night. And again, we got two plays to talk about here for Game 3. Let's go ahead and break down these plays. Now, before we do get started, I do want to say, if you guys have not yet, please hit that like button down below. Do always appreciate the likes. Make sure to hit that subscribe button as well. And if you guys are new to the channel, if you are new to Prizepicks, if you don't have a Prizepicks account, you can go sign up. Use promo code NOAH when you do sign up for Prizepicks with my promo code and place your first $5 lineup. You're going to get $50 instantly added to your account. So check out Prizepicks if you have not yet. And then I do also want to give a quick shout out to Sleeper because we do have a partnership with Sleeper as well. You guys can go sign up for Sleeper. Use promo code NOAH over there and you'll get your first deposit matched up to $100. Now, if you guys don't know what Sleeper is, they're a DFS pick'em app. They're very similar to Prizepicks. They're very similar to all the other DFS apps that you do see around the industry. You just pick more or less on player projections. You build out your lineup. You can do up to an 8-pick lineup on Sleeper. You can win up to 100x your money. Sleeper does allow you to mix and match sports as well, so you can do multi-sport entries. And one of the things I like about Sleeper is that they do a lot of promotions, a lot of discounts throughout the week, always giving out free squares, protected plays, payout boosts, multiplier boosts, a ton of discounts they do and promotions they do throughout the week. So make sure you guys are signed up for Sleeper, and again, use that code NOAH over there so that way you get your first deposit matched up to $100. But talking through some plays, guys, that I do like for Game 3 of the Finals. Before we do, I want to recap our plays from Game 2. So we gave out 2 picks in Game 2. Unfortunately, we pushed one of our plays, but missed on the other. We did push on Andrew Nembhard, field goals made. Once again, Nembhard pushed his line. I think he had another, I want to say he had a pretty bad shooting game again, if I remember correctly. Let me see if I can look it up real quick. Last game he had, he shot 4 for 8, so he actually wasn't the efficiency wasn't bad. Shot 50%, just didn't really get up a lot of shots, but he pushed his field goals made line. And then we took Chet Holmgren over 32.5 fantasy score, which unfortunately did not hit. Felt really good about that play. Thought Holmgren would have a big bounce back game, and he kind of did. He got off to a really good start, but he didn't really do much in the second half. He had almost 20 fantasy points at halftime, but then only, I think, finished with 25 fantasy points. So he really didn't do much in the second half after getting off to a really good start. So unfortunately, our plays didn't hit on Game 2, but we got Game 3 to attack here. We got 2 plays I like for Game 3. Let's see if we can hit both these plays. So talking through the first play I like for today, it's going to be a fantasy score prop. Again, we're going to look at a fantasy score here, and the one that I'm liking is Jalen Williams. We're going to take Jalen Williams for more than 38.5 fantasy score. So Jalen Williams has not been great in this series. You look from a fantasy score perspective at least. Game 1, he had 33.8 fantasy score. Game 2, 33.5 fantasy score. But the main reason that he has struggled, putting up a lot of fantasy points is just because he's not shot the ball very well. You look at Game 1, Jalen Williams shot 6 for 19, and then last game he shot 5 for 14. So he has struggled, scoring the ball, but he's still been chipping in with other stats. In Game 1, he had 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal. Last game, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal. Jalen Williams is one of these players that, even when the scoring is down a little bit for him, he can still he can still provide other stats, rebounds, assists. He can get defensive stats as well. And for fantasy score, you get points for all that. You get points for scoring, for rebounding, for assists. You get points for defensive stats. So eventually, we're going to see Jalen Williams have a good fantasy game because eventually he's going to make shots. I mean, he just struggled shooting the ball, shot 31.6% from the field in Game 1, 35.7% in Game 2. He's not going to continue to shoot this poorly. And if you look, the sports books, they still have his points prop set at 20.5, which, he hasn't come close to that line in any of his last 3 games. So you can see the sports books are still expecting Williams to, eventually have a good scoring game. They're not bumping his lines down a ton. I think it's just kind of bad variance. He just hasn't really been able to make his shots, but he's eventually going to start making shots. And when the scoring starts coming back for Jalen Williams, that's probably going to mean a big fantasy game because he still is going to contribute with rebounds and assists and defensive stats. And we know he's going to play big minutes. I mean, in game 1, he played 36 minutes. Last game, he played 34 minutes. Did lose some minutes last game, I do believe, because of a blowout. Like, the OKC won that game by 16. I think they subbed out their starters with, like, a few minutes left. I think, like, 2 minutes left, maybe, they subbed out their starters. Yeah, 2:42. So, technically, Jalen Williams probably would have played. He probably would have played about 37 minutes last game had it been a competitive game. Now we're going back to Indiana, 5.5-point spread. I think it's a lot more likely we see competitive games in Indiana. I think if we were going to see some blowouts, the blowouts would probably happen in OKC. But in Indiana, I think it makes it more likely these games are competitive. I think we're going to see Jalen Williams play like 36 to 38 minutes here. This is a player who throughout his career has averaged well over a fantasy point per minute. In the playoffs so far, he's averaged like 1.14 fantasy points per minute. Just think this line on Jalen Williams is a bit low if we assume he's playing like 36 to 38 minutes. Again, I know he hasn't been going over this line lately, but that's just kind of been due to poor shooting. He's not going to continue to shoot as poorly as he has been. Eventually, he's going to start making shots. When he starts making shots, that's probably going to result in some good fantasy games because when the scoring's there, usually the rebounds, the assists, the defensive stats come with it too. So, like that is our first prop for today. And then the other prop that I like on the Pacers side is going to be an assist prop, and we're going to take Tyrese Halliburton for more than 8 assists. So, if you look at this series, Halliburton has struggled getting assists. He only had 6 assists in game 1, only had 6 assists last game. However, Halliburton has still had a good amount of potential assists. So in the playoffs so far, he has averaged 15.8 potential assists per game. And so far in this series, through the first 2 games in this series, he's averaged 14 potential assists per game. His potentials have been down a little bit, but not a lot. Like, he's still getting assist opportunities. He just hasn't been able to convert them at as high of a rate. And it does make sense that Halliburton has struggled converting his assists because obviously he's facing a really good defense. And when you're facing a really good defense, it's just going to be harder to get assists because you're not going to make as many shots. But now going back home, I think we will see Indiana's offense play better. I think they'll be more efficient scoring the ball. Typically, we see teams score more points at home than on the road, especially in the playoffs when you're able to feed off the home crowd. I don't know what Indiana's team total is, but I'd assume their team total in this game is higher than what it was when they were playing in OKC. So I do expect Indiana's offense to perform better at home, and I think a lot of their role players will probably be a little bit more efficient shooting at home. And Halliburton has been good racking up assists at home so far in the playoffs. Now, sure, he hasn't faced OKC in those games, but if you look at his games so far in the playoffs at home, he's been racking up a lot of assists. I mean, he had 12 assists, 13, 9 assists in his 3 games versus Milwaukee at home. In 2 games versus Cleveland, wasn't as good, only 5 assists in both of those games, but also only played 26 and 30 minutes. And then in his 3 home games against the Knicks, 7 assists, 15 assists, 13 assists. So his assist numbers have been pretty good so far at home in the playoffs. Obviously, the matchup's a little bit tougher here against a good defense, but I think we're just going to see better shooting from Indiana as a whole. I think their offense probably performs a little bit better at home, and if their offense is performing better at home, that's probably going to mean more assists getting converted for Tyrese Halliburton. We know he's still going to have the potentials, like he's still going to have the opportunity. It really just comes down to can his teammates make their shots, which I like betting on that happening at home, where a lot of his teammates will probably play better, especially like the role players. And Halliburton, he's going to have to be a facilitator in this series because OKC, they're doing a great job stopping him from scoring. This is a tough matchup for Halliburton to score, but I think in terms of assist opportunities, he's still going to have some assist opportunities, especially because he's just such a ball-dominant player, has the ball in his hands so much. Still had 15 potential assists last game, even only having 6 assists last game, he still had 15 potential. So like he ran really bad to only have 6 assists last game with 9 missed assists. I don't think he's going to continue to have 9 missed assists every game. I think on average, he'll maybe have like 6 or 7 missed assists. So I feel like we can at least get a push here on 8 assists for Halliburton. If not, he goes over this line, has 9 assists or more. So that's what we're going to roll with, guys, as our 2 plays for Game 3 of the NBA Finals on Wednesday night. Hopefully we get a good competitive game on Wednesday. But as always, appreciate you guys watching these Prizepicks videos. Appreciate your support. Make sure that you hit that like button down below if you do enjoy these videos. Hit that subscribe button as well And if you guys are new to the channel, if you are new to Prizepicks, if you don't have a Prizepicks account, go sign up. Use that promo code NOAH. When you do sign up for Prizepicks with my promo code, place your first $5 lineup. You're going to get $50 instantly added to your account. So check out Prizepicks if you have not yet. But good luck, guys. Let's win some money tonight, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.